There's been a lot of discussion as to whether the ceasefire that has been agreed to between Israel and the militant group Hezbollah in Lebanon could be a precursor for a truce between Israel and Hamas in Gaza. Now, that is a very different conflict. It is being fought under very different circumstances. But countries, including the United States, are pressing Israel to continue this momentum towards peace. And that's why it is important and significant to see that Hamas officials have travelled to Egypt to try to discuss some of the options going forward. Egypt has positioned itself as something of a mediator in this conflict between Israel and Hamas. And while there are some reports that Hamas has significantly softened its stance on key demands for any ceasefire and hostage deal, Israeli sources are already telling media here that they don't quite believe that to be a serious claim. Over the weekend, Hamas released a video of Israeli-American hostage Adan Alexander. Its use in reporting has been approved by his family. He's one of 101 hostages still believed to be held by Hamas in Gaza, with the group saying it'll release hostages in exchange for Palestinians held in Israeli jails. Adan Alexander's parents met with the Israeli President Isaac Herzog.
This has been a sleepless night. Adan, his voice and the video replaying endlessly. But a lot of hope that it's a sign of life. Adan strengthens us.
The president adding now is the time to secure a deal with Hamas after that ceasefire on its northern front with Lebanon. Strikes on Gaza are continuing. At least 15 Palestinians were killed in the central Gaza camp of Nusayrat and camps in Khan Yunis and Rafah further south. The IDF insisting it's targeting Hamas, but local authorities arguing the high civilian death toll shows there's much more to this campaign. And at least 4 aid workers were killed in Israeli attacks on Gaza in recent days, 3 from the organisation World Central Kitchen and 1 from Save the Children. World Central Kitchen has suspended its operations in Gaza as a result, the same response it had when 7 of its staff were killed earlier this year in another strike, an attack which killed Australian aid worker Zomi Frankham. And there are concerns that the humanitarian situation in Gaza will only continue to worsen, particularly as winter weather sets in. And we've seen news from the UN's Palestinian aid agency, UNRWA, that it is suspending aid convoys travelling into Gaza through one of the crossings, the Kerem Shalom crossing in the south. This is an area or a concern that UNRWA has had for some time, that aid convoys are being targeted by armed gangs, by looters within Gaza's borders, that Israel is not doing enough to protect those convoys as they are travelling through the territory. It says it lost almost 100 trucks in one incident last month, and there's been another incident just this weekend. It's likely to put even more pressure on an already strained aid response.